The Education Ministry moved in to implement recommendations of a Kilemi Mwiria-led task force that sought relief for parents who have had to struggle with paying exorbitant monies to keep their children in secondary school. In the new guidelines, the maximum fees for a boarding school was set at 53,000 shillings, that of a day secondary school at 9,000 shillings, or special needs schools will charge 37,210 shillings. And while the government has stuck to its guns, the new guidelines must be implemented immediately. The two teachers' unions, NAT and KUPPET, have since called bluff the recommendations, saying the new structure would lead to a management crisis in schools and could also attract legal suits. Today, Deputy President William Ruto added his voice to the debate, saying that the government would not negotiate with the school management boards on the implementation of a new school fees guidelines.
Our commitment to making sure that every child in Kenya gets a real lifetime chance of acquiring knowledge and education, as I said, is far too important to be negotiated about how much fees is going to be paid. Therefore, we have given fee guidelines, the ministry has given the fee guidelines, and we expect every school management board to strictly adhere to the fees guidelines that have been given.
Speaking when he officiated the opening of a first forum of ministers of socio-development for Eastern African countries, Ruto directed Education Cabinet Secretary Jacob Kaimenyi to move with speed and gazette the new regulations that would lift a huge burden from the shoulders of Kenyan parents.
There is absolutely no reason in our estimation why any school should charge more than 55,000 shillings for a boarding school. And we find that there are schools who charge 90,000, 100,000, 120,000. We are telling them that has to stop. And for day schools, we have said the fees must be below 10,000 shillings a year, because we are sending 40 billion shillings of Kenyan taxpayers' money to our primary and secondary schools to make sure that they run.
My job, and I want to say this, if I give a directive, is first of all to find out which teacher has not complied with my directive. The next course of action is to submit that list or the name of that individual to TSC, which shall take disciplinary action but within the law.
Ruto disclosed that the government had increased disbursements to schools this year from 28 billion shillings to 40 billion shillings, representing a 35% increment.